What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on the podcast. This is an OTB Extra, and I want to thank you guys for joining us here on this Thursday night. It is Thursday, December 9th, 2021. I'm your host, Phil, and this is Outside the Brand. Guys, we all know why we're here. It's in the thumbnail. It's in the title of the live stream. But before we get into everything here tonight, I want to make sure you guys know where to find us. And that is by following us on all social medias. All of our TikTok links are down in the description of the video. You guys can support the channel in any way that you can by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. You guys can also check out... Huh? What's up?
So hit that like as well.
Yes. Also, you guys can check out anything that you may have missed on the channel from this week. Our Monday Night Raw review, our Tuesday's talk with Anthony Murray about Gargano, O'Reilly, and other great topics. That is also on the channel. And our AEW Dynamite post show is on the homepage. And like Bash said, hit that thumbs up button, and that would be greatly appreciated. If we can get this stream to 10 likes, I think everybody on this stream would love that very, very much. Guys, what's going on? We all know why we're here. It's a very sad day here in the world of professional wrestling. Loth, Nate, Bash, how are y'all feeling at this time? Have you tried to cope with things and going over everything in your head about what you really want to say here? Or is this just like let's just get right into it.
I mean, I've thought about it in ways, but now about what I'm going to say. I've just kind of been processing sort of what's sort of maybe going behind the scenes and what possibly is going in Jeff's head, even though that's something that is very, very tough to do.
Yeah, I didn't really think about much of what to say. I'm just gonna wing it. So yeah, that's it.
What's going on, Loth? I know it's hard for you, my man.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts. At this point, I had some time to think about it. I'm alive. And, I'm not gonna lie, I am scared for him. Just for like his well-being.
Yeah,
it's not the best thing to hear about anybody. But you guys know my love him with all my heart. So this is like a crazy thing to hear when I was on my way to work, but it's tough.
I just finished getting ready for the day, and I saw that notification. I was like, "Fuck! Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
And it kind of just derailed my entire day. But guys, we're going to be talking about everything that came out thus far about the release and how everything happened. We do have some other news, but it's mainly this story that we're going to be talking about tonight. The other news was a part of Tuesday's stream about Gargano and O'Reilly. They will become officially free agents at midnight. Huh?
I was wondering what the news was.
Yeah, no, they will officially become free agents at midnight. Well, Gargano will be. O'Reilly, we still don't know the technically full length of that extension yet, so it could have ended today. It could have ended within the next few days. We don't know, but we do know that by midnight, Johnny Gargano will be a free agent. He can sign anywhere that he wants, pretty much as soon as that contract. Pretty much as soon as midnight hits. So take that with what you will. I already reported that on TikTok and everything like that, so you guys can leave your thoughts there. You guys can leave your thoughts in the live chat. But it's mainly about Jeff tonight, and we're going to try to figure out everything that we can about this release. Like I said, we all know why we're here. It's in the thumbnail. It's in the title of the video. WWE has come to terms on the release of Jeff Hardy. This is according to Fightful Select, and they were the first ones to report it today, along with the other news sources that came out throughout the rest of the entire morning. The company and Jeff have not actually said any word about the release. WWE hasn't even said anything, but the company did offer a chance for Rehab, and that was ultimately declined. We did not report this earlier on in the week, but if you guys did not know, last Saturday he was in a live event at Corpus Christi, Texas, teaming up with Drew McIntyre and King Xavier Woods, going up against Roman Reigns and the Usos. While the match was happening and while he was making his entrance, Vince McMahon, who was at the event, said that he looked pretty sluggish going through his entrance and as the match progressed. And once he made the hot tag to McIntyre, he was then followed by WWE security through the crowd and he left the arena. WWE sent him home. Then WWE, because he was sent home, he was replaced by Rey Mysterio during the rest of the live events that happened during that weekend. Now, did you guys know about this? And when you heard about it, I mean, what were your initial thoughts?
Hold on.
Anybody here?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was muted. I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
What I initially remember, and if I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but that he was initially sent home with high spirits, like with this situation regarding what it all negatively may seem, that he went over that guardrail. And I remember I thought reading that he was signing autographs. Like fans remember seeing him like very like in a good mood, smiling, taking photos, and to where I thought I remember reading backstage even there wasn't any issues, and besides him really being sent home, and then all of a sudden really here we are, 2, 3, 4 days later, and he's already out the door. So it's kind of accumulated and all quickly happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I see creators too that say they see the telltale signs, and they see the signs that have been there, but really, Hardy's had the miles on his body, so you can't really say that you can see the signs when he's just in a place right now where he kind of needs the rest,
Yeah. 100% agree. Well, Nate, did you hear about this live event that happened?
Yeah, I saw the video and everything. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I just thought that he got injured and he just walked out on the match. I didn't really think too much of it. But yeah, I didn't really notice anything of him looking sluggish in that clip. Like I said, I thought he got injured or something like that. And
Right.
immediately, everybody thought it was drug abuse and all this other stuff. But like in the clip, like I said, I thought that he got injured or something. So I wasn't really paying too much attention to it.
You were kind of just hoping for the best.
I just really
Yeah.
felt he was overworked because like he got really like worked as the baby most of the match until Drew really got the hot tags. I really just felt that's what it was, and then
Yeah.
all of a
Yeah,
sudden
he was working most of the match.
Yeah,
He was in there all the time.
and that's not really uncommon. Like they've done that spot, multiple tag matches before where they'll
Right.
work somebody and then they'll build that hot tag up really heavily, but really it just seemed that night either Jeff is right now in a place that unfortunately we don't want him in, or his body is really just needs to take advantage of time off.
Right.
But unfortunately it's in a way that we don't want to see it.
And Laf, I know you heard about the Corpus Christi live event and your thoughts on it, but man, at that point in time, I bet we were all just hoping for the best, and it wasn't anything too serious.
Yeah, I worried that it was something serious. A lot of people saying it was a stomach virus or whatever. I didn't know what to believe because I wasn't there, obviously. But I was worried because I never really heard of him doing something like that. Like
Right.
I haven't heard of really anybody doing that recently. So for him to just walk out, I expected something to be like seriously wrong with him. That's what really scared me. But yeah, that was definitely the first sign that something weird was going on, or something not normal, I should say. And yeah, it was definitely a peculiar occurrence, I would say.
Can we start really at the Stone Cold podcast episode? I feel like really right,
We will be talking about that because I find it very
like
eerie that
yeah,
he was talking about some stuff like that.
like he was really, I felt like, in a great pocket and a great space there,
Yeah,
and then it just, I don't know when exactly they recorded that, and because they always seemingly are just recording things and will
they always
release it.
do that
But
way
that, I
ahead
mean, that
of
really
things.
was a more recent recording, you could tell, and he
Yeah,
really was in a decent space, and then to
it seemed
where,
like he was in good spirits.
yeah,
But
and
yeah,
then
we will be
really,
talking about that, and I do have that in my notes here, so we will be going over that. Um, but like I said, then earlier on today, it was reported that he was released from the company. And since of this morning, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I mean, obviously Jeff hasn't said anything, and he'll talk when he wants to talk. But WWE has not even made an official statement regarding of his release. Um, I looked at this. I continue to look through this just to make sure that I was right in my notes here, and nothing. They have not said a single word about his release and and all that. So, but I have to say that his brother Matt Hardy did, however, state something in a recent live stream that he had, and I got the quote right here, and I want to read it for you guys, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. He said, and I quote: I did speak to Jeff for a little bit. He's okay. I think he'll be fine, but once again, this isn't my business. And if he wants to go into more detail, then he will do that himself. He is at home and he is okay. It's not my business. It's not my story to tell or explain. Besides that, I wouldn't be able to do it justice anyway because it's not from my perspective. So I love my brother and I just want my brother to be okay and healthy. I also mind my own business, which a lot of people do not do nowadays. And I just mind my own business. I make sure my house is in order before anything else. Because if my house isn't in order, then I can't get anything else in order. And if I can't get my house in order, then I can't keep myself in order or in check there, and then you're not going to be able to get anybody else in order or in check. End quote. Now that's a lot to be said. Now WWE did offer Jeff the rehab, and Jeff declined those offers. And Sean Ross Sapp then said, and I quote, "I've heard WWE offered Jeff help in rehab, and it was not accepted. Here's hoping things will get better for him." And that was a part of the initial report. What did you guys think about that Matt Hardy quote on that official live stream? And then about everything when it came to the whole rehab and all that kind of stuff and how that went down? Because that's a direct quote from Matt Hardy.
I mean, it was the best reply he could have said. I, I'm sure when he went on Twitch, it was just everyone asking about Jeff, but um, that was the first like moment of like, okay, he might be okay because if anyone knows, it's his immediate family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So um, that was like, okay, it can't be that bad because Matt isn't alarmed, or it could have been that bad, but Matt just decided not to disclose it because, like I said, it's not his business. But it seemed like it was cool, so my guard went down for the moment when I heard him say that.
It is pretty interesting that WWE hasn't initiated anything themselves and said anything, but I mean, it's not really untypical of them to not do
They
things
haven't
this
made
way.
any tweets about releases in the past couple of months.
Yeah, so it's not really typical. I was gonna say like, because sometimes like when Woes drops an NBA bomb, like sometimes like when Woes drops it, it's official, you know. So I was like,
Right.
maybe these sources dropped a bomb that necessarily maybe hasn't happened backstage, but WWE doesn't always necessarily do things business official. So
Right.
yeah,
And about the Matt Hardy tweet, I mean, not tweet, the quote.
well, yeah, that definitely brings some more or confirmation, I'll say, and clarity to the situation and what's actually at stake. And I feel like it can bring just a little bit more appease to people that are more worried for Jeff. But I feel like until Jeff more so gives us what's going on mentally with him and physically with him, that the fans will still more so have some worry for him just because we support him like that.
Right.
And I saw so much whack takes on this whole ordeal, but the one that really I saw someone say like we're worried about him personally, not professionally as a wrestler. And I'm like, what is that? I'm like, my man, this is his career, like you got to worry about him in all aspects because this is what he does. So
We'll talk about other people and
yeah,
their irrelevant takes on this situation, but yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. What's your thoughts on all of this, Nate? But the quote and then the Sean Ross Sapp issue, not issue, but his statement after that.
So with the quote, I guess it's like uh, it's good that in a way it's good that Matt is saying that Jeff is okay because we all want Jeff to be okay. That's the main point, is that we all want Jeff to get healthy and be okay. Hope that he's good. And now we got confirmation from Matt that he's okay, so that takes a little bit of stress off our shoulders. Also, Matt saying that he doesn't want to get in, fully into his business. I completely understand because Matt has his stuff going on too. So in a way that's kind of good as well. Um, as far as the rehab, I watched. If you haven't heard what my guy Axel said, go look on TikTok about what Axel said about the situation. But he made a fair point talking about that one of the reasons why Jeff probably um, didn't want the rehab was because like he's taking bumps physically and his body is not like how it used to be back in the day.
Right.
He's getting older, so physically, body starts to shut down. You can't really do that anymore. And for rehab, they don't have just drug rehab. They have physical rehab. They have alcohol abuse rehab and stuff like that. And he said if he would have went in there for physical rehab, they would have gave him more drugs. Why would you go in there and go in there for physical rehab and they give you drugs or like painkillers and stuff to deal with the pain?
Yeah, that would only hurt
Yeah,
even
that
more.
only hurt worse. So yeah, so he made a valid point about that. So that's what I'm thinking too. So
Right.
yeah, like I don't know.
Now,
Yo,
guys, what's up?
I thought about this. That is so much facts, bro. I was trying to explain to people during um the day. Rehab does not mean you're not like I think people were misunderstanding what rehab is, because when people go into rehab, it does not mean okay, now I'm no longer addicted. You know, it's a step that you take to get rid of your addiction. It's not 100% foolproof. Sometimes people come out of rehab and they're worse because of the trauma induced exercises that they have to deal with
Right.
in in therapy, because there are some therapy places that don't even treat you the way they should. They treat you as if you were just like a criminal, terrible addict person, and that doesn't do well for the person whose brain has already been impacted by heavy alcohol and substance abuse. So I would completely understand if Jeff declined help from the people who very well may have somewhat attributed to his decline, because as much as people want to say, oh yeah, they do the drug storylines because Jeff signed off on them, the fact that they thought that they had the gall to even ask Jeff, hey, let's do a storyline about you, about the worst part of your life, or one of the worst times in your life. The fact that they had the freaking balls to ask something like that to another grown man or to anybody is one of the most asinine things I could ever think of. So I
The
just hate
one,
that people were
We'll
trying to.
talk about that too, though, off because I got that here in my notes as well.
yeah, the
So
one
we
thing
will
I
talk about
mentioned to my
that.
friend is like it's one thing to kind of rope that into like a feud with, like an Edge or a CM Punk to really more so kind of bring more to the table, but like when you're kind of bringing that card to the table every time around, and just it kind of can draw on a person, especially when they're really trying to get away from those demons. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man. So as we all know, I mean, listen, the Jeff Hardy's issues are well documented when it comes to the substance abuse and all that stuff. And now people are drawing this, and I don't want you guys to twist my words here, so please don't twist it. And this is not in any way, shape, or form the exact same thing. So I want you guys to calm down when people are saying about this narrative. People are pretty much saying that this is a Victory Road 2.0 situation.
Yeah, I
This
heard
is
that.
not it. That's not it. As we all know, at that event, he main evented against Sting, and Bischoff had to call an audible because, Jeff Hardy was not in the best shape to compete. And guys, that's putting it lightly, but we know what happened. We know what happened. Now, Jeff knows that he done wrong that night, and he's admitted that countless times.
even recently on Stone Cold's
Yeah,
podcast. So that's why I'm
right.
like,
But he also says that he's in a lot of pain, and we know this. And we all know that that's understandable because of the work rate that he's done over the course of the 27 years of his wrestling career. And I did look that up. It's been almost 30 freaking years. This guy is insane. If you didn't know about also the the dirt bike accident that he had back in 2015, he had that, and he attributes that to a big portion as to why he has his immense pain in his back. So there's also that to take into account too. Listen, guys, this is not Victory Road 2.0. This is not. If you think that is Victory Road 2.0, then you legitimately just have no idea what you're even talking about, and you guys really need to figure out and how to either word stuff differently or just know the facts. Because this is not the 2.0 of what happened in 2011.
People just like hearing themselves talk. Like Bat said, the takes that I heard today, it wasn't even like people misinformed. It was just they were trying to be like just like edgy. And I told people in my life today, I was like, everything is not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some
Right.
things in life that just aren't meant to be joked about. And like this is a man's life at the end of the day that people are making these terrible takes about. I know how I felt when I watched my favorite wrestler look like he was out of it, damn near walking out to that ring, and I was freaking terrified. And I didn't even know what it was at that time. I was young as hell, but I knew
And
that he
like
was.
I said, I put that in a very light term and saying that he was just not well. Like, I mean, that's a very light way to say it, but we all know what happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. We can call it that, but and all of us know what it is. But it's like, how long does he have to keep reaping that?
Yeah.
Like, how long does he have to keep? I'm sure every time he gets interviewed, they ask him that question. How did
Yeah.
you feel during this? Like, I hate even questions like that because we all know how he felt. He might not even know how he felt because he was under an influence at that time. So it's like,
What up, Saul?
I feel like
Hey guys.
times like this, I just feel like it's like people only really care when it's their favorite wrestler or when it's their someone that they're heavily invested in. Because I'm looking around, like some of y'all are like easily very just misinformed about things.
I was about to say they're misinformed or misconcepted. One of
Yeah,
the
and it's
two.
like the thing about being misinformed, it seems like the most misinformed people, the most people that spread information are people that have no idea what they're talking about because they have a
Right.
perception of what they think is going on, and everyone thinks that they're doctors and experts about stuff. Even us, we have no idea what's going on in Jeff's head. We have no idea what he really had to deal with because all we're doing is going off the reports. The fact that
Right.
people are really out here just trying to make assumptions on things just because they think that they're going to get a few likes or really think that they're smart or something, that's showing how bad of a situation this really is. Because now it's not even affecting only him. It's now affecting like everybody who wants to know a situation because all they have to do is say a word and they're like, oh, he said drugs, okay, it must be drugs, and we don't even know
Right.
for it. You know, it just makes for it makes for a much worse situation than it already is, and I just it's disgusting to me because Jeff has been performing for so long for our entertainment, and all we decide to do is make fun of him because we think that we're better than somebody just because we don't have or we never dealt with certain addiction. You know, like it's just it makes me sick.
Welcome, Saul.
I was just listening.
I just wanted to say, welcome. You're here. We kind of just got done talking about how people. I heard a lot of people today calling that this was the Victory Road 2.0 option.
No,
This was not the case.
No.
We kind of just got done talking about that. We kind of went over the live event issue that happened when he initially left through the crowd and all. And then we read reports about what Matt said in a Twitch stream. We got the clip there. So yeah, we're pretty much all caught up with that. Also, I do kind of want to read you guys. I do want to mention what Jeff's wife said on Twitter. Now her tweets are hidden.
The one that I think it is the one I saw this.
Yeah.
The one I saw earlier. Yeah.
So her tweets are hidden. Unless she is following you, you cannot really see her tweets. But thanks to people knowing and how to pretty much get around that, and other actual news sources and all that, we do have the tweet for you guys, and this is a direct quote, so you guys can hear it from me. Jeff is good. We are good. Host that you heard that. Thanks.
So his wife kind of sick and tired of people wondering why he was released and stuff. That
tone does not sit well with me, and I don't know how that sits well with any
Do
of
you find
you.
it cap? Do you find it very cap of her? Of
I mean,
saying
no,
that?
I find it more just defensively because of everything that's been kind of thrown towards Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after
Now-
what Matt said,
Yeah.
kind of made the a little bit more not better, but like make more sense. Like I saw the Twitch. Yeah, what Matt said, I kind of I'm with Matt a little bit more than his wife. No disrespect to Beth, but I have to hear it from a brother, of course, because come on,
Right.
the man talks to him every day.
So
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
like I said, you can take the tone of that tweet as you will. She was obviously upset about the situation, as anybody would. I mean, it's her husband that we're all talking about here. And it goes to show that, I mean, listen, in the way that was written and in the way that was read, you can just tell that she was just pissed off about everything.
I would have been too.
People are genuinely concerned about everything, about his well-being, and she just goes on to Twitter and says it like that. I don't think that was the right way to go about it in the slightest, but
I mean, wouldn't you?
It was there.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I mean, well, no, I mean, yes, I would say something about it, but I wouldn't say something in such a derogatory kind of way to where I would just be like an absolute asshole to everybody on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
I say
that,
listen, just
like different, more perspective. I would say, yeah, that I can agree.
I mean, like, I would say something, but here's like I would say something in the lights of like, listen, guys, we understand that you are worried, but just understand that this is a battle that we are all trying to go through here. Just respect our wishes, and we'll talk when we need to talk. That's it. That's it. You don't need to. I mean, listen. I listen. It happened, and it was said, but it just wasn't the right way to go about it in my way. But on the account of what his brother Matt said, I couldn't be more. I couldn't agree with him more. Like you need to understand that this is Jeff's battle.
Yeah,
this is Jeff's battle.
His battle.
This
and
is
I
not.
agree with him.
Yeah, this is not Matt by any means. People automatically think that like, oh my gosh, I mean, it's his brother Matt, so I mean, he obviously knows the whole story. He
Not
really
all.
doesn't. He really doesn't. It's Jeff's battle. He needs to take this upon himself, and he needs to know. He needs to know how to do this on his own. Now, does that mean that Matt is not concerned about his brother? Of course not. It's his brother. Of course he's going to be concerned.
I would have been concerned too.
Yeah, of course he's going to be concerned. But
my brother,
at the end of the day, you can't force someone to do anything if they're not ready to do it. So when he's going to be ready to talk, he's going to be ready to talk.
Now,
Everybody's tweets and what Matt said.
oh well, what pretty much Phil, what you just said, pretty much what I was thinking about saying actually.
Yeah, sorry.
But I agree. Matt doesn't know the whole story. I was thinking like maybe he might know certain things, things, but deep down, but he does not know. But yeah, if I was Matt, like I said, I would have been concerned too. And then the tweets, his wife, of course, that like you said, Phil, that tone was like, we're like, whoa, we just want to know Jeff was all right. I mean, geez, why you gotta be so aggressive? But yeah, pretty much what you said, Phil. Yeah, you took my words. But go ahead, everybody.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm on Beth's side because I know how I would feel if I woke up and there was a whole bunch of just wild statements about my significant other on the internet, and no one knew a damn
Yeah,
thing. I'm like,
Right.
that's why I understand why she said what she said and how she said it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like speaking from I can't speak from her perspective, obviously, but just like thinking about how she felt at that moment. Yeah, I understand why it came off of more just like a angry thing instead of like anything else. Just because you're seeing a whole bunch of statements about someone that you love, and a lot of the statements aren't true. So
Yeah, in the same way that you could say she can handle it better, we could say the same thing about a lot of us.
yeah,
yeah, a lot of people we react off anger. I reacted off anger today when someone made an ignorant comment about Jeff earlier.
Sorry.
So it's just like you have to learn that people are people. You know what I'm saying? Like these are humans we're still talking about. You know, and humans have chemical reactions to certain things that you say. So I completely understand it and her feeling of just being like, you know what, like I don't care how I talk to them because obviously they don't care about the real well being of my significant other. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I do see after she tweeted that, or I think it's right before it, the outpour of love that Jeff got mainly on Twitter, and I usually don't have Twitter downloaded on my phone, so like I had to re-download it once I saw the tweet come out from Fightful. But the love that Jeff got just off of Twitter was just like it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Just see a whole bunch of people rally around him, and it was so completely opposite on certain apps. You know what I'm talking about? So it's
Yeah,
just like uh, it's insane, but I mean, it's a lot.
yeah, it really is. Like at the end of the day, I just want everybody like just to be reiterated here. It's not Matt's job to know every single bit of Jeff Hardy and his whereabouts and the situation and all that stuff, and to tell us what's really going on. I
Person
applaud
should know it.
everybody. What's up,
Oh, go
son?
ahead.
Sorry.
I see the
No, I
person
mean
that
I applaud everybody for actually caring about somebody that like in this way. Like I mean, I applaud
Of
everybody
course.
for doing that. But
Of course, especially if if it comes if it's due to whatever Jeff is going through. Absolutely,
right,
absolutely, I'd be concerned. Now, I would to this because like I'd feel the same thing about with anybody really.
yeah,
I would definitely be concerned. Oh, absolutely. I don't care if you're a professional athlete. I don't care if you're a family member. I don't care if you're my friend. Yes, absolutely, I'm going to be concerned.
right, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I mean, I applaud everybody for being concerned about the situation, but at the end of the day, it's up to the person themselves in order for them that they want to try to get clean, and if he does want to, he will. And I'm speaking from personal experience because I mean, it's not me, but other people around me. This family has dealt with that, so we know from personal experience. Now, after Beth's tweet and all that, an outpour of not only respect but support came through on Twitter from the WWE and their superstars, and even AEW. Some people include Big E, Cedric Alexander, Leo Rush, Big Swole, Damian Priest, and those are just to name a few. One that spoke to me the most, and I hope you guys saw this tweet, but if you didn't, I have the tweet right here. That was Big E's. Did you guys see Big E's tweet about it
I did
earlier
not.
today?
I did
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
I
I
would
saw
agree
it.
with it.
I did not. I was busy about my day.
Okay. So the tweet read, and I quote, "Jeff Hardy is so beloved by his fans and his peers. I've never heard one negative word about him, and he's treated me with such kindness. just wishing him and his family the very best. End quote. Very brief, very straightforward.
Respect.
Yeah. Now, now Bash, here it is. The Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, the Broken Skull Sessions.
Are we?
We're talking about that because because during that podcast, I mean, pretty much everybody here saw it, right? I mean, I don't think anybody has missed it. But if you did, there was a brief moment in that podcast that I find very eerie that he said most of the things that he said, because he said that if he messed up one more time in his WWE career,
he's done.
He wouldn't only just lose his career, but he'd lose his family as well. He'd lose everything.
So wait a minute.
He said that. You guys can go back and check.
I'm thinking either two options. I'm thinking two things but they're terrible. They're not good.
I mean, you can say
it. I don't want to.
Go back and forth.
I don't want to because we're on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
but
they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
But guys, I mean, we all saw the podcast. We all saw what Jeff said. I mean, it's very eerie that he said something like that, to where if I mess up one more time, my career's done. Like, that's very eerie to me.
I think that's why some of us believe that it is something drug related, only because like that. And I watched he has a movie. He had a movie called My Life in 2009, I think it came out. Like right
yes.
And there's another, I forget what it is on Peacock, but it's like I watched it like a few months ago.
Twist of Fate.
Yeah.
Twist of Fate, yeah.
And I don't know. It was some freaking document. It was new. It came out in 2021 or 2020. It's on Peacock, and it was like an hour, and it was like Jeff's life, during like quarantine stuff like that. He was talking about stuff that he does like outside of wrestling, and he was mentioning, he was like, yeah, I'm past my addiction, and how he has he cares the most about his family at this point. So it was just like seeing how strong and knowing how strong addiction can be. It puts fear in me, you know what I'm saying? Because like outside of the whole wrestling stuff, like he said, like his family and like the greater aspect of that, his life, you know.
Right.
So it's just like it's a really scary thing, you know.
I don't know what it is.
Stone Cold episode was, I mean, they talked a lot about just 2011 and what happened there, and really just a lot of things that Jeff said. It made me seem like he mentally was in a great space and just physically was not. I'm really just waiting to hear from him now, honestly.
I mean, but don't you feel like it was kind of eerie for him to say, like, oh my gosh, like if I mess up one more time, I'm done. I mean, that I don't know, man. That seems very eerie that he knew that.
100.
Nate, thoughts? I mean, this was.
Nate's like.
He's probably just shell shocked about everything that happened. Still.
Like, I don't know, like, because with Jeff, man, like what Batch said, like I watched the podcast, and throughout that whole podcast, he just looked like he was in a great space. He was talking about other stuff that he does outside of wrestling, his music, his artwork, and stuff like that. I didn't even notice that quote until you just said it. Like with that, I don't I like. I about to say I really don't think much of it. I about to say,
Yeah.
yeah, I really don't think much of it. Even though I know a couple of you guys probably, I don't know, maybe
Sounded
thinking the
very
worst.
strange, man,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
something
it's
like that was said
strange.
and
Maybe thinking
then
the
that
worst.
happened.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Um. Now I do kind of want to look at the chat here because I mean I know a lot of people have been talking about the situation in chat, and I do kind of want to recognize you guys. You guys aren't just here to watch us. We're here to recognize you too. Jazz, you put it perfectly. Addiction is a constant war,
It is.
and we all know. But it's true. There's so many more things that goes into the problem of addiction, and a lot of people should learn up about it because it's really that constant battle that you're talking about.
Oh, believe me, I've witnessed content's war of addiction throughout 21 years of my life. Actually, that's how long I've been around you guys. Come on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us have at some point.
Yeah, but like, I've witnessed addiction. I've witnessed countless times of family members of abusing drugs, not in front of me, but like realizing the look on their faces and realize what they just got done doing, whatever the heck. Alcohol abuse. I've witnessed it all actually. So, like,
Yeah.
trust me, it is a constant war, as you said, Jazz.
Venom, Aiden, you guys are here as well. I appreciate you for being here. Josh, you're here as well. Bruce Underwood, I don't know. I mean,
New September or something?
maybe. Corbin, of course. How are you, my man? I know it's tough, but we'll get through this. Phenom, of course. What's going on?
Of course.
Lily Burke with the same kind of text, but I think these guys are kind of just trolls here. But hey, you know, it's fine. We'll get through it. We won't go over the haters.
I was wondering what that was about.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna still talk about everything.
I want to go back. I'm sorry. You guys were talking about. Yeah, you guys were talking about the beginning of why he was released. So I want to know is I know is it I said it in my Instagram story. Did WWE did not have wrongdoing of releasing him because they had to do what was they had to do as a company to do what was right when he refused help. Do you guys agree that WWE was not in the wrong for this time?
I mean, if you want to go that far and saying that, I mean, I guess, but when it came to the whole live event situation, I mean, I don't know. That's a really hard line to cross and call there.
I was just asking, are they not in the wrong this time because
those are scammer bots? Oh, okay. Never mind, Aiden. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. That's a very, very tough line to cross and really say, for sure.
You know? Everybody's thoughts on that, Loft? I know you're probably still with Jeff, but same thing.
Look,
do you,
bro? It's like this. At this point, earlier, y'all saw in the group chat, I was pissed. I thought about it. I really don't care about WWE's side of it at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. They're a business at the end of the day. They did what they felt was right. Do I agree with it? Yes and no. But I'm not going to put anyone at fault. One, until I know everything that happened, if we ever know, and two,
Yeah.
I don't even feel like I'm even at the jurisdiction to make a full assessment on who is to blame, because at the end of the day, this is something that um, it's not like someone getting injured or someone doing something directly to hurt somebody. This is just an occurrence of addiction, of a disease that a lot of people never really recovered from. So I can't really put anyone at fault, honestly.
Yeah.
Much as I want to be in like a selfish sense angry at Jeff, I can't be angry at Jeff because I know what addiction does to people. I've experienced that in my own life. So it's like I can't even be angry at him. It doesn't even pass. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even be angry at WWE because as much as I hate some of the decisions they make, they have to make a decision for the business aspect. Do I like their business practices? Not really. No, a lot of times I don't. But they did what they thought they had to do, and I can't really blame anyone. Honestly, I don't know anymore. I just can't at this point.
Nate.
Um, I'm kind of in the same boat with Loft. Like, I agree, but I disagree at the same time because, like, Jeff kind of did it to himself, but at the same time, like, you know, it is, yeah, it's like a yes and no situation at the end of the day. Like Loft said, it was a business decision that WWE did at the end of the day. WWE felt like it was better to let Jeff go, and they did. It was kind of like an example was kind of like when the Raptors got rid of DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry was still on the Raptors, and they broke them up. So it's kind of like that. At the end of the day, it's a business decision. People are going to get mad, but at the end of the day, it happened. So
That's the same thing. Do you think WWE was not wrong in this, or do you think that maybe they were, maybe they're not?
I just feel like necessarily a full assessment can't be made because of the unknown. I mean, there's a business, like I'm a manager, and so more so when like I understand when someone is going through something, you can't force them, you can't force their hand in a way. But we necessarily don't even know what the hand of Jeff Hardy's is right now. We don't know if he's actually going back through a relapse necessarily, and if he's in the thick of things, honestly. And as much as it may look like it, we don't really know that. And he may as well just be dead tired from the amount of bumps that he has taken. And really, the rehab for him that they were offering may not have been the solution, like Laugh, I think Nate may have said. And that's really, really unfortunate. But I feel they did what they had to as a business, and Hardy's really doing what he needs to as a man. And I feel like it may not be relapsing as a lot of people think, and it may just be trying to recover his body in ways.
Yeah. Um. So there's another side to this, and I want to bring this up. People are already speculating a ton of things about what's after this. What's after this?
Who's next?
If and when he gets through this, what happens?
Didn't they offer? Don't they offer that though? Like if you.
Well, yeah, WWE offered the rehab and all that, and Jeff declined it. So
no. If it is what it is, and he gets he got it all recovered, isn't that what they do sometimes? They can always call and say, "Hey, I'm ready to come back" or something like.
Well, quote
would
unquote, they
WWE
always
really give
do
him
that.
another chance?
Yeah, they quote unquote always do that when people get clean. But is Jeff really even dirty? Like the situation really just seems like so unknown, right? I don't know. Like, this is so
And,
weird.
and
Yeah.
if that bash, I mean, would WWE even really give him a chance? People are saying he's automatically going to AEW as soon as this thing is over.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Hardy
look at the
Boys.
chance they really gave
Now
him.
here's the thing.
He
Here's the
was
thing.
already on his chance. Look at the chance they gave him: an IC title run.
Yes.
Really locking his ear to a ladder, getting pissed on in his face. So, like, really, look at the chances they really give him as a man, not not as a wrestler, as a man.
Yeah. Now, I admit, listen, guys, I've said it too. I've said that he's going to AEW countless times, even on this podcast. You guys can go back and check. And the thing is, I was wrong in saying that. I was wrong in saying that, and I want to apologize to not only you, to all you in the chat, but I want to apologize to all you guys here, right here, because listen, and it's definitely off here because I know how much everybody here loves Jeff, and I'm not really counting out everybody, but especially Locke, because you know that I've been saying this, and it was insensitive to not only Jeff, but to everybody here. So I do want to apologize for that, and I hope you guys can understand where I was coming from. But at the end of the day, guys, first of all, we don't know the whole story, like everybody else is saying. And secondly, we don't know exactly what happened. So we can't even really say.
Jazz, I didn't like it either. I was talking to Jazz. I was saying I did not like the storyline either.
We'll talk about that story too. But at the end of the day, everybody just needs to stop about what the future is for Jeff Hardy. He needs to stay away. So like I said, I hope you guys can at least forgive me on that, because that was very insensitive of me to even say that Jeff was automatically AEW bound before all of this even happened.
Well, see, I think you're good, because I mean, he didn't look like he was anywhere in a bad space. I was even saying I wanted to see him go to AEW because it looked like WWE wasn't going to give him that so-called last shot or last run that fans like Loft wanted to see for him. And just unfortunately, this is the way that we're seeing things unfold in sort of more of a realistic way that is just crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, as soon as all this popped out, I'm like, well, great. Now all the things I said about AEW and Jeff Hardy, that just really feels insensitive.
I mean, I still had the dream, literally, last night, seeing Jeff Hardy hitting the goddamn whatever that little arm thing he does on the AEW ramp, and I'm like, yo, hold on. And then I wake up and Lou hits the group chat with that, and I'm like, yo, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah,
like, things.
Yeah.
That's the wrong dream. That was the wrong dream.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
that was a wrong dream. But yeah, Loft, Nate, Saul. That. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
You all right, I'm just like,
No, I really feel bad that I said everything about the AEW and Jeff Hardy thing, because now all of this comes out, and I'm like, this shouldn't even be a possibility for him right now.
Even when I woke up, I still was, hell yeah, Jeff Hardy to AEW. But I mean, maybe even in time, if he can heal his body right and really get right, he could maybe return to some mentorship role or really learn a way to hone his craft that he loves to use, and maybe not use it in the angelic free-falling way he loves to off of ladders, but can in the way his mind can shape a match or shape a creative night for AEW.
Yeah, like
the release kind of caught me off guard when I read it. I was like, oh
It caught everybody, yeah.
Lily, it kind of affected my whole day a little bit. I was like, did I just read that Jeff Hardy just got released from the company? Like,
right.
Yeah. Like Phil, I accept your apology and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like when we found out today that Jeff Hardy got released, right after I posted it on TikTok, the first thing I saw was, oh well, Hardy to AEW, and I'm like, that's really the first thing that you think of
Right.
After he got
Like-
released, like he
Guys, you
not
have
even
to
gonna think about.
not everything has to be about all elite.
Yeah, like he get to have a reunion with Matt Hardy, all the Hardy Bros against Lucha. Like no, think about this
here's the
man's
thing.
health first.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing. They'll accept your apology, but I literally was not even thinking all elite. But it'd be cool. It was cool at first, but then I'm also like,
I was dreaming about it.
I was like, let's like guys focus. Like you gotta know that these guys are human beings too. Like these guys are exactly how we. They have feelings. They have emotions. They have pain. They have whatever the heck that's going through in their personal lives. And then like I said, not everything. When you get fired from a wrestling company, not everything has to be all elite.
Yeah.
None of it.
And that's like what Josh says is there's no off season in wrestling. It's not like
Right.
the season ends.
There isn't.
It's
Like
just a-
if you if you're done with the company, well, like if you're done with the company, first things first, you're not going to compete anywhere actually because you're still kind of under contract and you're not wrestling.
Yeah, he's got that 90-day, but yeah.
You're still
Well,
considered under.
Really personally, bro, I apologize for everything about the AEW that's been said with Jeff Hardy.
No, man.
But to be completely honest, I didn't expect this to happen. So
I don't think anybody did. I don't think
Lost no
anybody did.
disrespect. I won't be apologizing because I had a dream about it, so I can't really.
It was all a dream.
You don't have to apologize about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just I was angry about it only because it's like, imagine if like something happened to me and people were like, all right, whatever wrestling podcast you're gonna go to, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine like
all right, yeah, you're jumping to you're jumping to the Brotherhood's pod or whatever. So something like that.
No,
I break my leg on
no, there's a total difference with that. There is a total
whatever
difference.
you're doing, like
Well, yeah, but still,
Oh my god.
There's
just jumping over is what he was talking
One of
about.
y'all, well, I said it before and I'll say it again. Anything happens to y'all, I don't even think about coming. I don't even think I would want to come back here. To be honest,
thank you, man. That's my issue. It's just like we just heard something that really, really serious that happened to somebody, and the first thing they're thinking of is where they want to see him entertain them again. It's like this man is a guy with a whole life. You feel me? And it's I just hate the narrative now. Like I understand how people love AEW because it's been so much of a turnaround from how bad WWE is, but it's not the second coming of Christ. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you can like AEW all you want. I don't judge people on what they like, but I do judge people in the way that they assess other aspects of life by the things that they like. You feel me? Like if your likes get into a way of actual common ethics and common decency, then that's where I have an issue. So if you have a like I blocked so many people today just off of people making comments that they thought were funny. What's up, Quincy?
I'm gonna have to check my.
what's going on?
If you make a Jeff Hardy video, I promise you will get about 20 different people trying to make jokes about Sheamus and stuff, and it's like you are really at that point in your life to where you think that is funny, then you need God. Like you need to go find yourself. You feel me? Because now you're in a situation where you're not even like being a good person. You're not even making sense in your statements. You're just saying stuff to try to get likes or a reaction from somebody. And it's like, I'll give you a reaction. Just
You didn't
off
say
my
what
page.
up to me.
You know what I'm saying? Like I blocked so many people today just off of that. Just trying to thinking that they're funny. You're off my page now. Never watching every one of my videos again. It's like
do I look like Megan Quincy?
Like,
asking if I'm Megan. Do I look like fucking Megan? No.
Unless Megan had a voice change.
Apparently, I gotta get a voice mod on my shit.
Probably because you both have the profile.
I don't think I have it.
But anyway,
I said Megan had a.
But anyway,
voice effect.
I was saying about you seeing all those comments, Loft. I actually saw one. It literally just popped up. I literally just got home from my pops, and I was looking at my phone, and I was looking at Infamous Opinions about the releases, and one of his comments, it was pretty messed up. I hope I don't.
If something ignorant, don't repeat it, please. If something ignorant, please don't.
It was ignorant. It was very ignorant. I'm not going to repeat it, but it was very. It involved.
You feel me?
But it involved pretty much what Jeff went throughout his life, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say for real about if it's a negative connotation. If you're not giving,
I'm not going to repeat it. Don't worry. I don't want to because it was very.
If you're not giving all the support that he deserved at this dark moment in his life, then you couldn't say anything at all. Like that's what confused me the most. When I grew up, the one thing that my mom and my parents always taught me how to do, if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And it seems like
exactly.
Is rushing to say
actually, you know what? My grandma taught me that. My mom did a little bit. My grandma taught me that.
That's common decency, and it's like people just want to do whatever. I don't know what the ask. I don't know what the appeal is of being rude and stupid about people's lives. But this shit is more than just entertainment. This shit is a real life person that if it happens to someone in your family, then you would have a problem with someone making a joke about it. You feel me? So it's just like. I don't know Jeff and all this stuff, but if I didn't know Jeff, then I didn't know wrestling. If I didn't know wrestling, I wouldn't know y'all. If I didn't know y'all, you wouldn't be hearing my voice right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is a whole circle of events for me, and it's just like that's why I took it so hard because all of this stuff, the podcast, TikTok, me watching wrestling in the first place, all this revolves around that man in my profile picture. So that's why I take that. I take this shit so seriously, just off of that. You know what I'm saying? So everyone just treating that like that shit is a joke. I take that personal.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I hate when people. I hate it when people bring up when they do bring up their past of substance or alcohol abuse, and then they want to put it behind them, but then they always bring it up, and you're like. It makes you feel like oh my god, he's been through it and he's already been through enough. Can you like? I feel you.
At the end of the day, guys, this isn't even about professional wrestling at this point.
It's about
this is about Jeff getting the help that he needs.
If that's what that
exactly.
If that's what he wants. If that's what he wants.
Yeah. The only person that can help is himself.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And I mean this in no respect whatsoever. If he wants help, he's going to get it himself. Nobody is going to be able to get the help that they need unless that they want it. But this is the most important thing right now in his life that should be the case is his health, and most importantly, his goddamn family. I mean, he got a wife. I know he has kids.
I was saying the man's got kids. I was gonna say, don't forget that, Phil. I was gonna say the man has kids, bro.
Those are the two most important things in the world right now to him, or at least it should be, and that's what he should be focused on in his health. And I'm pretty sure we can all speak on behalf of everybody here, but in one way or another, we've all gone through this. So it needs to happen, and we need to just pray that it can. So AEW and the Hardys, yes. I mean, we would all love that, but at the end of the day,
that will be on
it's not needed right now. No, you guys need to understand that it's not needed right now, and it'll be when he's ready. If he even is ready at all. I mean, the thing is, yes, I would kind of like him to be in AEW so that Matt could be with him and he can watch over his brother. But like I said, it's not the move. It's not the move right now. He needs to focus on himself, and he needs to try to do what he needs to do in order to get better. That's it.
Or here's this one more thing I was thinking
Or
of.
just retire.
Yeah, because look, the man has been putting on the show for years.
27 years.
Like this
man.
This man's been.
I'm sorry, Love. I'm sorry, Love.
You know but
the man,
like, now you're at a certain place now where he doesn't really have to compete anymore. It's just like I don't know why everything leads back to AEW. I just don't understand it.
I'm sorry.
But he's gonna want that one more run to really end his career on a high note. You know that.
But why does he have to? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because he wants to rise to the
Everybody wants to end their career on their own terms.
Bro, because if you can't physically do it, then why not?
Oh no, I agree with that. If you can't physically do it, then you can't. But
he wants one.
He's going to want to.
When he does want to get better, like you said, like you guys said, like you said, Phil, he wants to have one last final run with his brother. And both want to
retire together
and walk away.
But like Nate and Lav said, if he's not going to be physically able to do it, then he needs to take it upon himself in order to really recognize about that.
The man, I'm sorry, Lav, but every time when I saw the man wrestle, the man could barely do the Swanton Bomb.
I was just telling my friend that today. It's
unfortunate.
Yeah.
The man is 44 or in his 40s
47.
and jumping off of
47.
47. Oh my God. The fact that the man
sir.
is 47, he's jumping off of trucks for 20 years. Yeah, maybe he can't go. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's my issue. I don't want him to go to AEW and then get hurt, or I don't want him to come back and get hurt. It's like I understand the whole
The 44. My God. No, I'm sorry. It's 44.
Oh, I thought he was 47.
I was going to say, Phil, he's not that old.
No
Come
way.
on.
I thought he was. I was talking to my friend earlier. And
You don't know how many age numbers I've heard today.
I knew it was 44. I said that and I'm like, 47.
I thought he was
Damn,
47.
I was tripping. But it's like,
I was like,
You
he's
don't
not
know
that
how many
old.
age numbers I've heard today, y'all. It's insane.
I was like, come on. The man's not like John Cena.
it doesn't matter.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
he's
It doesn't matter.
He's
At the end of the day, if he
sacrificing
can't perform, he can't
taking
perform.
bumps for 20 years. So, like,
Yeah.
The man barely did a
it
Swanton
was
Bomb.
27 years. That's what it was. I mixed up
27. It's 27.
That's where I got the 7 from. But he's sacrificingly taken the most crazily bumps in angelic ways that most wrestlers would never be able to get up from, and to where now he can take his flowers as much as he needs. Because
Thanks.
Now, I do kind of want to say this, and Luff, Nate, Saul, Bash, you guys can stop me if you guys want to.
Be careful how you say it, Phil. Be careful how you say it, though.
This isn't WWE isn't safe in all of this either.
What?
They're not safe in all of this either. You guys know the story that I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, come on.
what story are you going with?
The Sheamus one.
Oh, that storyline? I hated that. Why? So here's
just time and time again, they've thrown it in every feud in every way, shape possible.
So here's the thing. Why?
July 2020 storyline revolving the substance abuse with Sheamus. It ended in a bar fight, I believe.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it pretty much accentuated that Jeff Hardy had his issues, had his inner demons, and it just accentuated that fact. Now,
did he have a? So here's the thing. So here's the thing. Why personal stuff has to be in a storyline again? Like, I mean, listen. I get the people mention your. I get the
because it's edgy.
I get
because
the
of grab ratings.
The heels. I get you mentioned a man's family and stuff like that. That I can understand. But like, why do you have to go that far deep personal? Where the man
it's kind of been prevalent. Even with the mega powers, fighting over Miss Elizabeth. But really, his brother Matt Hardy is kind of the innovator of bringing personal story into a feud, and heavily.
WrestleMania 25. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
But-
even before that, with
I'm about to say, even before
airing out
that,
his
with-
demons in 2005
Yep,
with
with
Lita
Well,
and
yeah,
Edge.
I mean, the WrestleMania 25 is the one I recall because that's kind of when I started watching.
Yeah.
So
I'm still
brother-
continuing wrestling. Oh, sorry, Phil.
Yeah,
I know you were watching wrestling since you were like 2 months old. I get it.
I was like, well, Phil, I was still there. He's like, I was
I get
beginning.
I get it. But yeah,
I was continuing.
And unfortunately, like when I was talking with my friend, like these lines get blurred and merged very thinly and quickly because this is a 365 24/7 gig a year with no off season. So they do live this life every moment of the year to where their real lives somehow just seemingly get roped into it after or over time, no matter how much and how seemingly much they try to fight it off.
That's facts, bro. Like
Yeah.
oh my god, they like the only break that we get. And I'm gonna say this, and I think the whole fickle argument really runs with this. Some wrestlers need a break, and then when they get the break, we're like, oh, why aren't they on TV? You know what I'm saying? Like I know if me just being sensible, like if Jeff just randomly left TV, I'd be like, why the hell? Where's Jeff at? You know what I'm saying? But it's like in my thing, I feel like WWE just needs to do better in saying we're taking this superstar off TV for these reasons to not so we're not causing alarm. You know what I'm saying? Because even something like this causes huge alarm. And
Yeah, that's true. Like even with Elias randomly go like you'd think he'd be released. Like that is a very good point.
Really? The Saul has been watching wrestling.
Where they could also do things like better manage better manage their roster all around to where they could announce when superstars go out and then give us, fill in that time with rosters that are literally or people on the roster that are sitting and catering, enjoying Titus's food. Like,
yeah, like they don't have to. I don't even feel like they really care that much about certain stuff like that because
that's exactly it. They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care. No, they
what
don't.
That storyline proved is that Vince and Bruce are insensitive assholes, and they just did not care about the well-being. As soon as that storyline happened, he just came back from rehab.
And Vince is
he just came back.
So, did Jeff even have an option to do this storyline? Did they even say, "Are you good with this?"
I'm going to be honest because I just saw Piggy James on my screen. So really, things.
Oh my god! No, not that. Don't remind me.
We're gonna I really feel like they almost put him in a corner in a pocket to where it's like, hey man, we're gonna roll with this. Like, you're either on board or you're getting kicked off board, and we're gonna.
I would have been kicked off board, especially if it's something that had to do with
I believe
I'm not doing anything in my personal life when it comes to professional wrestling. Fuck that. I'll do storylines, but nah, you ain't bringing my personal shit into this.
RIP, because I really don't want to misquote, but I think it was Ashley Mazzaro who said to where they will literally it's almost to where you'll do anything to get yourself in that moment to allow yourself to shine, and because they really will have you doing the wildest things, and especially during the times of the Ruthless era, but even to where, unfortunately, with Jeff Hardy's situation, where they'll continually rope him back in with his demons, in which things he clearly should and wants to leave behind, but unfortunately, they will work it into an angle in any way, shape possible to get a cheap view.
It has nothing. I don't want to get off topic about it, but
I was gonna say that too. He was smoking on live television.
A lot of people thought.
Who's smoking on that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you talking about Immortal Jeff Hardy when he come out with the cigarette and everything?
Yeah, and it was like, oh, he's a bad guy, so now he smokes. Like what, yo? Like
when was that? I don't even remember that.
In around 2009, I believe, wasn't it? 2009.
I don't remember that.
Bro,
go Impact Plus and just watch what Jeff.
Oh, Impact. That's what I would see once they went Impact.
No, Josh. Sadly, Nick is going to take it.
It was still TNA, but that's what their streaming service is called. Impact Plus.
No, Josh is right. Right now, it's actually Bruce.
Not Nick. I saw some.
I heard it was Bruce.
I heard Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, I heard
it was Nick.
It's Nick.
Yep.
Oh God, then we're all fucking screwed.
I sent
Yep.
them in the group chat
Pretty
like
much.
2 days ago.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Hang on.
yeah,
Listen,
get
you
it.
know how much
Lee
that
put
shit
it
gets
in the
lost
chat.
in there.
The schmuck is
I
gonna
know,
run.
I know. It's the way because the way in which just Sean is being treated while Triple H is gone. I know for sure it ain't gonna be one of them.
Well,
All right, I have
it's
the
not,
report right here. I have the report right here.
but- Holy fuck, it is gonna be.
Is
But it's not. It's Con Man.
Why
Shit.
isn't it like so? So did Vince did not really give a shit about giving it to Stephanie and Triple H? Like he's like, nope, you guys not having it no more. I trust these guys now.
Nah. But
Triple H has shown he's got a vision, but Vince
He
has
just
more of an
doesn't see it.
entertainment vision, and Triple H really has a professional wrestling vision. And
He
those
does.
visions, you
So
need to
does,
find a way to coincide them, but Vince seemingly
not only
does not
Triple
want
H
to do
does,
so.
Batch, not even Triple H, but Paul Heyman does too.
See, yeah, there's a lot of professional wrestling minds that have been in that company, but Vince just shows the latter and the entertainment aspect and the entertainment minded
Yes,
side, and really
yes.
it hasn't.
Hey, Aiden, yes, pretty much. Nick replaced Shane, pretty much. He said Nick is Vince's new son. I was like, yeah, he replaced Shane.
But yeah, guys, that storyline was completely insensitive. That's they should honestly feel ashamed of themselves. But the thing is, Loft, Nate, Bash, Saul, they're not going to feel ashamed. Not going to feel ashamed one bit, because at the end of the day, when it comes to WWE, it's just another spoke on the wheel, and the wheel's going to keep on turning. The wheel's going to keep on turning, and they just won't.
I mean, if
They don't
they're
care.
not initially
they're operating as normal,
They don't
and they
care.
never cared about Jeff.
They don't
if
care.
you're not initially
They don't care
tweeting
about
or
anybody.
saying something, when are they going to address this?
They're not going to address this. They haven't even addressed it all day today. So they're not going to.
Clearly already
Vince
under
don't
the wind
care.
of them.
Vince don't care. Bruce don't care. Nick don't care. None of the people in the backstage area don't care. And the writers don't care. They're like, "Oh, Jeff is gone. Okay, show must go on. What are we gonna do now?"
You can say that they offered him rehab
Yeah, they
and
did.
all that.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, fine. If you offered him rehab, then I don't know. They just did not fucking care.
You know what this is like? You know this is like? That's like losing $20 and you see someone robbing the bank and they're like, "Hey, I got this 20. I just robbed from this bank with a fucking die pack on it." That's what WWE's doing.
Pretty much.
They're trying to help him. They're trying to quote unquote help him get rehab. When
Josh,
9 times out of
at
10,
this point, I don't
they
think
will come
Triple
up with
H.
things.
I don't even know Triple H even
No, Triple H isn't back there yet because he still isn't back from his his cardiac issue.
Yeah.
So he's not there.
Yeah. I need Triple H. Hunter, where you at? If you're watching, where you at?
He's still recovering, and it's more serious than what they thought.
Please recover quick because, please, we need you back. We need you back. I know you have.
I feel like they just edged him out with.
It was more serious than what everybody initially thought, and he's still recovering. So
when he recovers, I feel like
I hope when he comes back, he sees NXT 2.0.
What was that, Bash?
I feel like they've kind of edged him out for when he does come back. He's
gone. He's gone. There's no chance for him really coming back. And if he is backstage, he'll just be doing backstage stuff.
Pretty
He's
much.
not really running anything.
Because Black and Gold is already gone. I guarantee if he did come back and he saw the 2.0 thing, he'd be like, "What the hell is this?" You know.
Now, the one good thing about this, and we've kind of talked about this already, Bash, you said it earlier. This business is a 365-day schedule. There's really no off season. There's really no off days. At the end of the day, this gets him off the road. Yeah. This gets him off the road. This gets him to be with his family, especially as of right now, it's December 9th. So the holidays are coming up.
So he gets to
It
be
gets him to be with his family during the holidays.
so I see. So he can have Christmas time at the Hardys.
True, but also this gives him a chance to heal the scars that he has accumulated during this run, right?
Yeah.
And other battles, of course, because
Yeah.
what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, this gets him home. And this could be as a rest and relaxation kind of session. Just use that as what you will, and you can get better in that sense. And we already talked about this, but if you want one more run, you just got to get yourself in tip-top shape, and then you'll be okay. But who's to say if he really wants that, or if anybody would even really give him that chance to, because this is that big of a situation.
And this
Honestly,
is a business
though,
where one more run
yeah,
could always go the way that you don't expect.
right.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, Loth, I know you think, I know you're really scared for him, and I know everybody's really scared for him, but I think, I truly think that this could be a life-changing and life-altering kind of decision that they made, and at the end of the day, this could really help him if he really wants it. So,
and
we're just hoping for the best.
He needs, you know, because like I know what the connotation is, but if he needs this specific help, because we still don't know if it's a drug issue. It's just assume that, and
Yeah.
I hate assuming that, just because it could be something like he could go live or something. Next thing it's like, oh no, it's not that at all. You know what I'm saying? It could be something else, and then it's like it's a whole different situation now. Then you have people backtracking their statements. That's why I'm trying to say what I say very carefully, just because I know that we don't know everything, and that this needs to be right now. Just him sitting down and saying, all right, I've been entertaining these people for the better part of my life. Let me just sit down for a minute, you know, and just think. I in my head, I want to think it's just that. I want to think it's just him. He's not sure if he wants to retire yet. He's not sure what his next move is. He's like, you know what? Yeah, no, let me just sit down for a minute and then just see how I feel, because this is I say this with 100%. Just all the rest I've watched since I was 7 or 6.
Been watching this as 4 years old, so it's been 17 years.
Man, this man, no one will ever, no one has, and I don't think no one ever will do what Jeff has done, just as far as putting his body on the line. Just like I feel like half the stuff that Jeff was doing, they're not even going to allow people to do. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he put his body through all that, and now he's like feeling the effects of it. It's crazy that he's still moving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I sat down and watched it when I was at work. I shouldn't have watched it when I was at work, but I was fucking sad, so I need something to cheer me up. But I watched like all of his greatest spots. He was like jumping off of shit onto Umaga, rest in peace, and jumping off of like and we used to climb up the Titantron, the bar thing, and just jump off. Like,
don't forget. One thing I can also remember,
getting back up. He was just doing this shit and getting back up the next day. So like that it's finally coming back to hurt him, not hurt him in like that sense, but just he's waking up like, oh damn, my back. And this is not only is he getting older, this man was throwing himself off of 30-foot scaffoldings every week. So it's just like, and his finisher was putting more pressure on his back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no other wrestler is ever doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We see wrestlers that have like high move, but like I don't think that man was in his mind when he was doing shit like that. And all of that was for our entertainment. And it's like he was just gracious in that aspect. So I can never even think to put him in a light where it's like he's doing anything but what he's supposed to, because he gave us everything. He gave us everything he had. You know,
excuse me.
He gave us everything he had. And if there's more, thank God. But I really don't want there to be more in a way, because I don't want him to get to the point where he lands on his neck wrong and now he's like paralyzed or something, you know? He's had so many spots where I thought he was done. You know, and he just gets back up and comes out dancing the next week. Like I love this guy so much just for that. Like I respect people so much when they put 100% into something, even though it hurts them, and they wake up and do it again the next day with a smile on their face. I respect people like that to the ends. Like even if it wasn't Jeff, whoever the fuck it is, I respect people to the ends of the earth when you have something that you're doing it for the entertainment of other people, and even if it's killing you, you still go out there and do it next week with a smile on your face, just because. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was at the bottom of the card working his way up, and when he was on the bottom of the card working his way up, went TNA, same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just for his whole wrestling career.
Most of the times when he was in TNA Live, I always thought his career was done, actually.
Yeah, because he was taking some nut ass spots there too. And
exactly. I was like, so that one swanton bomb he did to Abyss, that one swanton bomb, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. On Abyss, Monster Abyss.
Yeah, it was.
Just, you know exactly. You know what spot I'm talking about. That swanton bomb. I thought he was done after he jumped off of that.
I remember the night when he, I think it was I don't know, was it a Kurt Angle match? I don't know. He landed on the steps real bad, and I was like, oh my god.
Are you talking about when he? Are you talking about in that steel cage match where he fell on the stairs and he just
anytime he was in a steel cage match on TNA, he got thrown up against that thing. He had the long black hair at that time, and that was covering every part of his face. I thought, like, when I was a young kid, fucking that's a fucking zombie, not.
You're like, that's a zombie. It's not Jeff Hardy. That's a fucking zombie.
Loff, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I told you about it.
On my TV screaming, like, this guy's awesome.
This was around his WWE time. I know you can remember that. I know you remember this one though, Loff. You know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Randy Orton.
Nate, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Randy Orton is not Hell in a Cell. You fucking like.
No, not Hell in a Cell on Raw when he jumped off the Titan.
I was like,
the Raw one too, but Hell in a Cell too. I mean, guys, come on.
Oh yeah, when he was swinging from the top of the cell.
Absolutely brutal, and I'm like, dude, the guy's dead.
Yeah, when he was swinging off the top of the cell,
he swung on the goddamn
Spider-Man. Like he was freaking Spider-Man.
The referee automatically knew that something was wrong, and Randy was like, "Hey, let's hurry up and finish this."
Like, who else is doing that? Who else?
Who else is doing
in their mind to do that?
I don't know if I've seen that one wrong.
And then the one thing though I love about Jeff, even though I'm not a diehard Hardy fan though, guys, he was part of my childhood too. But Bob, the one thing I'll always never forget is when he gained Undertaker's respect.
That was a great ladder match.
That ladder match is great.
Got that whole on DVD.
But
I was, and one more thing, I was thinking about it. I went on Twitter earlier. Jeff was at his peak when Obama was running in 2008. I'll tell you this, and I say this with 100% jurisdiction. If Jeff Hardy was running for president in 2008 against Obama, Jeff Hardy would have won.
Swanton bomb for the victory.
If they said vote for Jeff, I would have found out. I was 7 at that time. I was like, yeah, Mom, we're voting for Jeff Hardy. Why?
We are voting for Jeff.
I was like, well, be careful what you're saying here. You're bringing up politics.
Hey, Lafayette said this. Lafayette said, look, hold on, wait, turn my camera on. Lafayette said this, okay? Look at me. Jeff Hardy run for president. We were voting for his ass. I don't give a damn. That man was over everywhere. That was a household name for about 2 years. It kind of fell off because of him leaving the company at that point. But for that year, that man was top person in the world. And like,
we never mentioned politics one time on this podcast, and then it's apparently Jeff Hardy for president in 2008.
It was just word of mouth, because there was no social media back then. It was just word of mouth. That man was it.
Yeah. Hold up, Locke. Wait a minute. So wait, he wins the presidential race, and then but this part is though when he comes out and does his speech or whatever the heck, fuck the hail to the chief. They're gonna have the freaking no more words popping on instead.
And Locke. At least 3 times a day, you gotta do the You gotta do the
I do
motion.
that now. I do that now. What?
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm about to say, bro, that never gets old. Come on now.
Yeah, no, you always find yourself doing this at some point. But
That's the goat
I
right
do
there.
here and there,
That's-
not all the
that's
time.
the goat right
I'm
there,
just
bro.
I was listening to No More Words just a little bit ago, not a little bit ago, earlier today, actually.
If
You know,
if Jeff Hardy's not on your top 10, reassess your wrestling top 10. I'm not.
I
Gonna
can't.
lie.
I can't because
If
mine's
not on
too
your top
valid.
10,
I can't because
reassess
mine's
that
too
shit.
valid. I can't.
I didn't say change it. I didn't say change it. Just
I didn't say
reassess
change
it.
it.
Just reassess it. Because
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in the world that does anything close to what Jeff was doing on a weekly basis. So you find me somebody that was jumping off a 20-foot scaffoldings and to come back next week and saying, "Hey, I'm doing it again." Try it. Don't say
sure.
RVD. Do not say
I'm
RVD.
playing. I'm playing.
Do
I was
not
like, "Are you
say
sure?
RVD.
Are you sure that nobody else something?" I was playing though.
As good as RVD used to kill himself for the ring. I respect RVD. I love RVD, but no, he was not doing it in a consistent. Like his TNA stuff when he was on his second run, he was a much less version of himself than what he was doing in the ECW times. Jeff was doing this stuff in WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, wherever the hell he went during that like little lull period before he resigned after WrestleMania.
I was playing. I was just playing though. I was like, "Are you sure nobody else?"
No. Jeff Hardy is that. Jeff Hardy is that and will always be that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I freaking love Darby so much because he reminds me of that. He's not like that.
So if Jeff is done,
is there. Darby is like that thing for me just because it gives me the same feeling.
Your dream match, but now's not the time though. I was gonna say, but that could be your dream match if Jeff, you know, whatever, that could be your dream match, Darby and Jeff, and then you probably couldn't. Well, you're gonna choose Jeff. What am I kidding? I was gonna say you probably couldn't choose the two because Darby.
Honestly, I think he'd be really conflicted because I know how much you love Darby.
I win it. Jeff Hardy wins everything.
Jeff wins everything.
But I just know how much you love Darby. So
that's the weird thing. I would love for certain matches. Like I would love for Jeff to have like a revisit of his feud with CM Punk, but at the same time, I don't want him to. My like 95% is just like I don't want him to go there. Only for this like reason of just I don't want him to get hurt again. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to go do what he's doing here again. The whole fantasy booking, we can talk about the whole fantasy booking thing for 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, about matches you can do elsewhere. But in the sensical brain of me being an adult, I don't see any of that happening, and I really don't want it to happen just because I'm too scared for him at this particular moment.
Yeah,
I'm too genuinely fucking scared for his health. So even in the whole fantasy booking thing, I can't even really get into it the way I want to, just because my fear is holding back. Just because I know that this is a really bad period of time. Even if we don't know what it is, it's just I'd rather see him just retire and just be okay in the fact that he gave us everything he had for the bulk of his career, you know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
Yeah.
With all that said, I mean, all we can do is just pray and hope he gets better.
For real.
I would love a run again, just to end it on a high note, but at the end of the day, it's going to be when he's ready or at all. So I think we're done here. I think we all talked about it hard enough. We pretty much talked about it all day.
I talked about it on TikTok. I was on TikTok live doing my poem, and I was pretty much talking about the release. So pretty much, yeah.
We talked about it all day. Guys, I was actually gonna go. I mean, it's 11:20. I did promise you guys we were doing a little Hardy watch along. That might have to be tomorrow or at some point. But if you guys really want it, I'll do it. I'll do it. But I want to thank you guys for being here. This was a very good video, I believe.
Before we go, I was gonna say, is it gonna be very hard to watch SmackDown due to this.
Yes, bro. I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah.
I usually love Friday, but
And
the
I don't
minute
even want to.
it
For some reason, I still am a diehard wrestling fan to the day I die. But for me, I don't know if I want to watch SmackDown tomorrow because this kind of killed my Friday kind of a little bit. I think it killed all of our Friday a little bit. Like, plus the funny thing is, not the funny thing is, but the fact is that this man was actually going to be on TV this week. He was supposed to face Corbin.
Yeah, woohoo.
Whoa. The man was supposed to be on TV.
Why have these terrible decisions? But listen, all we can do is just pray, hope he gets better. I want to see those prayer emojis in the chat. That's the one thing. If you guys really care about the Jeff Hardy situation, I really want you guys to see those prayer emojis in the chat. I want to thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Hit that thumbs up if you didn't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Make sure to follow us on social media. All of that is in the description below. We will be back here tomorrow for SmackDown and Rampage. As much as it'll hurt us to watch the show, we will be back here tomorrow. And most of all, like I said, you guys are already doing it. Like I said earlier, those prayer emojis, those mean a lot more than you really think. Not only to us, but everybody here in this chat loves Jeff. And everybody here on this pod loves Jeff and his family. It's time to go, guys. Do you guys have anything else to say before we get the hell out of here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and talking with us today. You know what I'm saying? I just hope Jeff gets better. I'm gonna try my best to stay as on the news whenever it breaks on him. I'm praying for him and his family. Thank y'all for just hearing me freaking scream about my favorite guy. But yeah, I'm really fearful right now. But I love him. I love y'all for being here. I love OTB for just again always giving me a platform and giving everyone else a platform just to speak on shit. And I wish we'd have to do an extra on such like negative news, but I just want the man to get better. So y'all stay safe. Tell your loved ones, your loved ones. Y'all know what to do. And I'll see y'all tomorrow and shit. Yeah, y'all be good.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining once again. Yeah. In other news, your boy is suspended from going live on TikTok. So if you're trying to come into the SmackDown live tomorrow, we ain't gonna have one because your boy is suspended for a week.
Pickles.
Yeah.
Does that mean AEW as well, Nate?
Huh?
So does that mean AEW as well?
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm about to submit the appeal. I'm pretty sure I might hear something tomorrow. But
as if TikTok is choosing sides on
like always.
brand.
But yeah, man. Besides that, keep Jeff in your prayers. Try not to think about the fantasy booking right now because I swear once I saw it like that AEW crap, it pissed me off. Because like to me, that's the first thing that fans think about is, oh snap, we get to see him in AEW instead of thinking about him and his well-being. And yeah, that pissed me off. So hopefully I don't have to see any more of that, which I'm pretty sure I will. But other than that, keep him in your prayers. And yeah, thank you guys for joining the podcast. And that's pretty much it. So
All right, guys. Sorry, I jumped in a little late. This is doing something. But prayers go out to Jeff and his family. Jeff, if this is what I think it is, yes, please get help if you can do that on your own terms. Go follow me on TikTok. Go follow the rest of those guys on TikTok. I don't know if I'm gonna watch SmackDown tomorrow. I might have to just because it's Friday. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Appreciate y'all, OTB. And just wait until we see, man. That's all we can do. Thank y'all for coming out, though.
Do your homework still.
I forgot to say this because I've been saying this for the last couple of episodes. Even like this is like a super sad episode, but also if you can check out Loft and Batch's new song "Love by the Fire." It is, it is. Even though this is a sad podcast, man, listen to the song, man.
Change this to a podcast to a sad cast.
The song is fire. It is Nate approved.
I was
Put
listening
a
to
stamp
it
on it. That song is fire. I listen to it all the time. So yeah,
let's go.
It has to be a holiday. This has to be a holiday song. That's our OTB holiday Christmas song, guys.
Got more coming. That's all.
Bro,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro, when you and your girl getting in, no, I'm just playing.
Hey yo, let's get out of here.
Hey, actually, no. Real quick, before we go, about the song, is that on YouTube yet? Because I gotta put in the playlist.
Oh yeah, it should. It's on for some reason. It's under various artists, but if you just type in the name of it or just Laugh Not Famous or my name, it'll be there.
Okay, because I gotta put it in the OTB music playlist, and I had to put that there. But yeah, I'll get that in there so you guys can listen to it on YouTube or whatever. I mean, it's on all. I think it's on all major streaming platforms, right?
Yeah, but listen, it's on Spotify,
Apple Music, Spotify,
Pandora, you name it.
Pandora,
TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, so it's on all the major music streaming platforms, so you guys can listen to it anytime. There we go.
So, Mo,
thank
I
you
don't
guys
know.
so much.
I don't know how that works, Mo. I really don't.
Yeah, you guys got it on Apple Music, and that's that's a big accomplishment. So you guys
we
should
can have OTB on all platforms, but
I've been trying. Listen, dude, over 100 podcast episodes. It's hard just getting one on there. So
like having all our work out there, letting everybody know about our thoughts on professional wrestling would be fantastic.
Oh no, I'm working on it. I am behind the scenes. I'm working on getting into Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. But dude, it takes a lot.
I bet.
To get there,
Don't worry, I wasn't. I bet because
I gotta go plug my phone in though and get some sleep. So.
Yeah, no, we're about to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage. Talk to y'all soon.
We're gonna
Deuces.
Hey.